Welcome to Where Old Gods Sleep. Find a comfortable position, take a slow, deep breath, and let the day gently fall away as we begin. At the first quiet hour of night, when lamplight gathers softly on the table and the world begins to loosen its hold, the old stories turn toward a single ache, the wish to know what has been covered. Not power at first. Not pride. Only the hand moving toward a sealed door, the ear bent toward a god's whisper, the mortal heart asking why the dark keeps its counsel. Long after the clay temples of Sumer fell silent, the tale of Adapa remained among the reeds of Eridu. The city stood near the sweet waters where the Euphrates spread into marsh and glittering channel. Fishermen pushed their boats through tall green stems. Priests washed their hands in cool basins before dawn. In the temple of Ea, lord of deep wisdom, Adapa served as sage, baker, fisherman, keeper of clean rites and careful words. Ea loved him in the strange way gods love mortals. He gave Adapa wisdom, the kind that hears the measure inside wind and water, the kind that reads the patience of stars. Yet one gift Ea did not give. Adapa remained mortal. His breath belonged to clay, and his shadow lengthened like any other man's. One morning, before the heat rose, Adapa went out upon the water. His boat slipped between reeds, and the oar made little silver wounds in the river skin. Then the south wind came hard over the marsh. It struck the boat, overturned it, and sent Adapa down among mud, fish, and broken light. When he rose, soaked and shivering, his anger came with him. He spoke words taught by Ea, words no ordinary mouth should have carried. The south wind's wing was broken, and for 7 days it did not blow across the land. High above, Anu, Lord of Heaven, noticed the stillness. The air had gone strange over fields and roofs. He called for the mortal who had bound the wind. So Adapa was summoned upward, away from Eridu's wet reeds and oven smoke, away from the rough comfort of earth. Before Adapa climbed to heaven, Ea dressed him in mourning. He told him what to say at the gate, where Tammuz and Gizzard would stand like sorrowing trees. He told him to honor them, to speak gently, to accept the robe and oil offered in heaven. But if bread and water were placed before him, Ea warned, he must refuse. They would be the food of death. Adapa obeyed. He came into the bright court of Anu with mourning on his body and river silence in his hair. The gatekeepers looked kindly on him. Anna heard how he had broken the wind and marveled that a man of clay knew words so deep. Then heaven did what Ea had not foretold truly. It set before Adapa the bread of life and the water of life. The bread waited. The cup shone. Perhaps there was no thunder in that moment, only a stillness so fine that even gods listened. Adapa remembered Ea's warning. He bowed his head and would not eat. He would not drink. Anu saw the refusal and understood. The mortal had been given wisdom enough to reach heaven, but not trust enough to receive what heaven offered. The bread was taken away. The cup was taken away. Adapa accepted the robe, accepted the oil, and went back down to Eridu, where the reeds bent again under the returning wind. He came home knowing more than before. He knew the taste of heaven's threshold. He knew that wisdom may save a man from one danger and guide him past a blessing. He knew that even a god's counsel can be a locked room with another locked room inside it. In Eridu, the oven smoked. The fishers went back to the marsh. The temple stones cooled after sunset. Adapa served Ea as he had served before, but somewhere in the unseen places of the world, an untouched loaf and an unused cup remained. Let Adapa's unused cup rest beside you, quiet as river water in the dark. From the lost bread of heaven, the night moves toward another vessel, a cauldron whose wisdom rose as steam. In the second watch of the night, the story crosses water and stone, leaving the marshes of Suma for the cold hills of Wales. There, beside Llyn Tegid, the long lake lying dark beneath the mountain air, Ceridwen kept her house. The Welsh remembered her as a woman of deep craft, a keeper of herbs, signs, and hidden songs. Some called her enchantress. Some felt in her the weight of an older power, like a standing stone that had listened to too many winters. Ceridwen had a son named Afagdu, and for him she desired wisdom. Not a little wisdom, not the patient learning of years, but a shining inward fire that would make him honored among poets and princes. So she set a cauldron over a slow flame. Into it went bitter roots, moon-cut leaves, lake water, and herbs gathered at hours when no ordinary hand should gather them. The brew had to simmer for a year and a day. The house filled with steam. The rafters darkened. Outside, rain combed the rushes and mist lay along the lake. Ceridwen set blind Mordor to tend the fire and young Gwion barked to stir the cauldron. Gwion was small, quick-handed, and mortal. He stood in the breathing warmth of the pot while the seasons moved around him. He stirred through frost. He stirred while lambs cried on the hills. He stirred while summer insects tapped at the door. The liquid inside the cauldron thickened into something more than medicine. It became a listening thing. It held the shape of songs not yet sung. Only 3 drops would give wisdom. All the rest would be ruin to the one who drank it. Ceridwen knew this. Gwion did not carry the whole knowing, only the order to stir and wait. On the last day, when the year and the day had spent themselves, the cauldron shuddered. 3 bright drops leapt from the surface and struck Gwion's thumb. Pain startled him. Without thought, he lifted his thumb to his mouth. The wisdom entered like weather entering an open valley. He understood at once what had happened. He understood Ceridwen's labor. He understood that the gift meant for another had passed into him. He heard the feet of consequence before they touched the floor. The cauldron cracked. The dark brew spilled and lost its power. Gwion ran. Ceridwen came after him with the force of a storm over Llyn Tegid. Gwion changed as the stolen knowledge told him how to change. He became a hare and she became a greyhound. He became a fish and she entered the water as an otter. He rose as a bird and she came as a hawk beneath the moon. At last he became a grain of wheat hidden among other grains on a threshing floor, small as a secret trying to disappear. Ceridwen became a black hen. She found the grain and swallowed it. Yet the story did not end in simple punishment. In time, Ceridwen bore a child. He was so beautiful that anger could not hold him. She placed him in a leather bag and gave him to the water. The river carried him softly. He was found by Elfin near a weir, and the child came to be called Taliesin, Radiant Brow, poet of remembered things. So the wisdom meant for one life passed through fear, pursuit, darkness, and water until it became song. Gwion had not asked with ceremony. He had not earned the cauldron by years of study. He tasted by accident and was remade by what he knew. Forbidden knowledge did not leave him where it found him. It chased him through every shape until a new name could carry it. By the lake, the wind still moves over the reeds. A cauldron in an old house still seems to breathe when the night is deep enough. May the 3 drops grow cool on you, softer than rain on the lake. When steam has fallen, another book waits under river water, closed in the name of a god. Deeper in the night, the river changes its name. The dark water becomes the Nile, and the reeds stand thin and black beneath Egyptian stars. Memphis sleeps behind its walls. Far to the south, Coptus keeps its old stones and temple shadows. In the tale told along the river, Prince Naneferkaptah, son of a royal house, heard of a book hidden by Thoth. Thoth was the ibis-headed lord of writing, reckoning, and measured speech. His signs could make time stand still inside a mark. His knowledge belonged to scribes, priests, moonlight, and gods. The book said to bear his power was not kept on an ordinary shelf. It was hidden beneath the Nile, sealed inside boxes, folded within one another like thoughts inside thoughts. Around it lay enchantment, water, and a serpent that did not sleep as men sleep. Naneferkaptah had a wife, Arwea, who loved him and feared the hunger growing in him. He heard that whoever read the book would understand the speech of birds, fish, and beasts. He heard that heaven, earth, and the hidden places would open like doors. Once such a rumor enters the heart, it does not easily leave. It sits by the bed. It walks beside the river. It speaks in the rustle of papyrus. So the prince prepared. He made a boat of skill and spell. He took wax and sacred words. He went to Coptus, where the Nile ran dark as polished stone at night. Arwea went with him, though dread moved in her like a second pulse. The search led beneath the water. The boxes were found, one within another, iron, darkwood, and metal gleaming with river silt. The serpent rose in coils of shadow, old guardian of a knowledge not meant for restless hands. Naneferkaptah did not strike in rage. He spoke the words he had gathered. He bound and stilled the watcher. He opened the last box. The book of Thoth lay before him. In that moment, the Nile seemed to pause over its own bed. Naneferkaptah read. He read one page and understood the voices of the living world. He read another and saw the courses of the heavens, the secret roads of gods, the hidden light under things. Arwea read too, because love had carried her to the edge of the same danger. The words entered them. No lamp was bright enough for such reading, yet the pages shone. Then the cost began to move. It did not shout. It came like a current beneath calm water. The family of Naneferkaptah was touched by sorrow. The river that had yielded the book also took back joy from his house. The tale remembers the names with tenderness, not spectacle. Arwea and their child were drawn away from him, and grief became the chamber where the prince kept his stolen knowing. He copied the book. He washed the writing into his body with water and beer, so that the words could live inside him. Yet the knowledge did not make him free. It made him more bound. The book that promised sight had opened the world and closed his home. In time, Naneferkaptah also went into the keeping of the dead. The forbidden book remained with him in the tomb, a treasure no treasure hunter could hold without hearing the warning of those who had loved and lost before. Later seekers would come, as seekers always come, drawn by the thought that the old cost might not apply to them. But the Nile remembers every hand lowered into it. Under the sleep of Egypt, Thoth's signs still seem to flicker in dark water. Fish pass over them. Moonlight breaks and gathers again. A god's book waits best when no mortal page is turned. Let the sealed book stay closed for you tonight, with the Nile breathing over it. From the river's hidden pages, the dark drifts seaward, where fire itself must be coaxed from an elder's hand. At the middle hour, when even the embers seem to listen, the story passes to the islands of the Great Pacific. The Māui told of Māui, the clever one, the restless one, the child who would not leave the world as he found it. Around Aotearoa and the remembered homeland of Hawaii, his name moved with tide, canoe, and mountain shadow. He slowed the sun. He drew land from the sea. Yet one night he turned his thought toward a smaller mystery. Fire lived in every house, but its source was guarded. People carried coals carefully. They fed them like small red creatures. They feared the morning when the last ember might die. Māui looked at the hearth and wondered why mortals had to beg yesterday's flame for tomorrow's warmth. Somewhere, someone knew the first secret of fire. So Māui waited until the village slept. The roofs were dark. The sea sounded softly beyond the sand. He went from hearth to hearth and put out the flames. Smoke thinned into the rafters. Ash cooled. By morning there was no fire left for cooking, no spark for warmth, no red eye in the house. His people were troubled, and Māui came forward with the look of one who had only just noticed the problem. He said he would seek fire from Māhuika, the great ancestress who kept it in her own body. Down he went, away from ordinary paths, toward her dwelling beneath the roots and stones of the world. Some say the way lay through a cave. Some say it was a path older than paths, known only to one who dared to ask wrong questions. Māhuika received him. She was old and immense in the manner of divine elders, fierce but not without kinship. Fire glowed at the ends of her fingers. Each nail held a flame. Māui asked for fire, and because he was of her line, she gave him one burning nail. He carried it away. Then he quenched it. Again he returned. Again he asked. Māhuika gave another. Māui wasted it too. He came back with excuses, each one smooth as a shell washed by tide. One flame after another passed from her hands to his keeping. One after another he let die. The secret was near. Māui was not merely taking fire, he was testing where it ended, where it hid, what remained when a flame was spent. But forbidden knowledge is often guarded not by a wall, but by the patience of the one who holds it. Māhuika's patience thinned. When only the last fire remained, anger moved through her like a sudden wind in dry leaves. She cast the flame out. Fire ran through the world. It leapt toward trees and grass. It climbed the air. Māui fled, small before what he had woken. He called to the powers of rain and weather, and the sky answered. Water fell. The great burning quieted. Steam lifted from the land in pale breaths. Yet the secret did not vanish. Māhuika, seeing that open flame could be lost or misused, hid fire inside certain trees. Into the wood of Kaikomako, Maho, and other living trunks, the ember withdrew. From then on, fire could be made by friction, coaxed from the patience of wood by hands that knew the old way. Māui returned not with a stolen coal cupped in leaves, but with a deeper knowing. Fire was not only a thing to keep. It was a thing sleeping. It could be invited from dark grain and dry fiber. It could be hidden in plain sight, waiting until need and skill woke it. The people had warmth again. Smoke rose from houses. Food softened over flame. Yet the tale keeps the warning close. Maui's curiosity nearly burned the world he meant to help. The line between gift and harm was no wider than a fingernail of fire. Let the hidden ember keep watch near you, small and patient inside the wood. As the ember settles into bark, another knowing swims in a river, silver and patient beneath hazel leaves. After the fire has gone quiet in the wood, the night turns toward Ireland, where rivers hold memory as steadily as stone. The Boyne moved through the land of Eru with a low, silver voice, passing banks of grass, hazel, and damp earth. Near its waters, the poet Fionn kept watch for a fish older than most men's hopes. The salmon had fed beneath the hazels of wisdom. The nuts fell into sacred water, and the fish ate them, taking into its flesh the knowledge that gathered at the well of Sagai's. Whoever tasted that salmon first would receive the insight poet's desire, not only cleverness, but the sudden inward hearing of what a thing means before it is spoken. For 7 years, Fionn sought it. His hair grew rougher. His hands learned the patience of river mud. The days passed over him like water over stone. At last, one evening when the sky had dimmed and the boy carried a long reflection of the moon, the salmon came to him. It flashed in the net, bright even in fading light. With the poet lived a boy then called Dem. He was not yet the Fionn whose name would travel through Irish story. He was a fosterling, a helper, quick and quiet, carrying fuel, tending the place of cooking, listening more than he spoke. Fionn gave him the salmon to prepare and warned him not to eat any part of it. The first taste mattered. The old rule was as clear as water in a stone cup. Dem set the fish over the fire. Smoke moved low across the bank. The salmon skin tightened in the heat. Its smell rose with the damp sweetness of river reeds. The boy turned it carefully, but a blister lifted on the flesh, or a bead of hot fat sprang out. The tail moved softly between tellings. Pain touched his thumb. By instinct, as any child might do, he put the burned place into his mouth. The taste was small. It was not a feast. It was not a greedy mouthful stolen in secret. It was one thumb against the tongue. And the boyne opened. Dem felt the knowledge pass into him like a current under still water. He did not become loud with it. He did not stand and boast by the fire. The world simply deepened. The sound of reeds, the drift of smoke, the eyes of the poet watching him, all took on inner edges. He had touched what the long years of Fionn had sought. When the salmon was ready, Dem brought it to the poet. Fionn looked at the boy and saw a change no river mist could hide. He asked whether the boy had eaten. Dem said he had not. Then he remembered the burn, the thumb, the taste. The poet understood. For a moment there may have been sorrow in him. 7 years is a long time to wait beside a river. Yet the old stories grant Fionn a clean heart. He did not curse the boy. He did not snatch at a gift already given. He told Dem to eat the salmon, all of it, for the wisdom had chosen its first doorway. From then on, when Fionn MacCummill needed hidden knowledge, he set his thumb to his mouth and waited for the answer to rise. The gesture remained humble. A thumb. A small burn. A memory of river smoke at evening. The forbidden knowledge here was not stolen by cunning, but taken by accident from a boundary too delicate for the world. A boy's pain became a poet's sight. The salmon, who had swallowed the hazelnuts of wisdom, became part of a human mind that would lead hunters, hear omens, and sit close to the unseen. The boyne kept flowing. Hazel leaves fell. Somewhere under the water, the old well remained guarded by shade and roots. Let the river's quiet answer come to you no louder than a thumbprint on the tongue. River wisdom fades into heathland, where another hero hears the speech of birds above a cooling fire. The hour grows colder, and the Irish river becomes a northern heath where old Germanic singers placed the footsteps of Sigurd. The land around Nita Heath lay wide beneath the moon, rough with stone, heather, and low wind. Far off, mountains held their snow in silence. In that lonely place, the young Volsung came to face Fafnir, who had once been shaped more like kin than monster, but whose long brooding over treasure had made him dragon-like and solitary. Sigurd had been guided by Regin, the smith and fosterer, who spoke of the hoard with a voice too careful to trust. Regin taught him where to wait, how to read the path in the earth, how to use the sword Gram. Yet beneath the teaching lay another desire. Regin wanted the treasure for himself. He wanted Sigurd's brave hands to open the way. The old tale carries iron, smoke, and hard fate. For this night, it can be held gently. Sigurd did what heroes in such stories do. He met the great serpent of the heath. Fafnir's breath passed over stones like a storm leaving a cave. The sword found its moment. The dragon's strength ebbed into the ground, and his ancient eyes turned inward toward the deep sleep of legend. Before Fafnir faded, he spoke warnings. Treasure carries its own weather. Greed sits beside shining things. The young hero heard, but the day had already taken its shape. Regin came from hiding and asked Sigurd to roast Fafnir's heart. He wanted to eat it and gain from it what old beings know. He sat nearby, sharpening a thought he did not speak. Sigurd made the fire. The heart was set over it. The smell of smoke rose into the northern air. He touched the meat to test whether it was cooked, and heat stung his finger. As Dem by the Boyne had done in another land, Sigurd put the finger to his mouth. The taste carried knowledge. It was not the same wisdom as the salmon's. This was earthier, older, born from dragon blood, treasure darkness, and the long listening of a creature curled around gold beneath the heath. Suddenly the birds above him were no longer only birds. Their calls became words. In the branches, small birds spoke among themselves. They saw Regin's hidden purpose. They knew the shape of betrayal before it rose and stood openly. They told Sigurd that the smith did not mean him well. They told him to take the horse Grani and go where his own road waited. Sigurd listened. Around him lay the quiet after danger, the fire lowering, the heath returning to itself. He had come seeking victory and treasure, but the forbidden knowledge came through a burn on the hand, a taste never meant for him, and the speech of creatures who had always been speaking just beyond human hearing. He understood then that not every teacher is a guardian, and not every gift given after danger is safe to accept. The birds had not asked for thanks. They simply said what birds say when a mortal briefly crosses into their language. Sigurd rose from the fire with his fate changed. Later songs would carry him toward love, sorrow, rings, and oaths. But here, in the soft center of the night, only this small turning remains, a young hero under pale branches, hearing the world speak plainly for one breath of time. The heath did not keep the secret. The birds carried it from twig to twig. The fire sank. Somewhere in the dark, the treasure gleamed without warmth, while the horse waited with moonlight along his mane. Let the birds speak only kindly over you, small as leaves against the moon. The bird voices sink into birch woods, where a girl carries a doll toward a hut standing under the trees. Past the heath, the night enters the Slavic forest, where birch trunks shine like pale bones of moonlight and snow sometimes seems to remember old words. In Russian tale, Vasilisa lived near the edge of such a wood. She was a mortal girl with no crown, no sword, and no hunger for glory. Her strength was quieter. Before her mother died, the mother gave her a little doll and a blessing. When sorrow or danger came, Vasilisa was to feed the doll and listen. After the mother's passing, a hard household gathered around the girl. Her stepmother and stepsisters gave her work that multiplied like shadows. They kept the house sharp with envy. Yet Vasilisa endured, helped in secret by the doll, who did what loving memory can do in old tales. It moved softly where no one else saw. One evening, the household fire was put out. Whether by accident or malice, the dark came in. No lamp burned. No hearth breathed. The stepmother sent Vasilisa into the forest to fetch fire from Baba Yaga. The name itself stood like a gate. Baba Yaga lived where ordinary paths thinned and turned strange. Her hut stood on chicken legs, fenced with old signs and watchful skulls. She rode in a mortar, drove it with a pestle, and swept away her tracks with a broom. Around her moved the deep law of the forest, neither kind nor cruel in any simple way. Vasilisa walked beneath the trees. In her pocket, the doll was small and silent. The night had weight. Roots crossed the path like sleeping serpents. At strange hours, riders passed, one white as morning, one red as the sun's road, one black as midnight. Vasilisa saw and remembered, but did not cry out. At last she reached the hut. Baba Yaga smelled the mortal presence before she welcomed it. Her questions were sharp. Her demands were heavy. Vasilisa was set to work sorting grain, cleaning, preparing, separating what was useful from what was not. These were not merely chores. They were tests of attention. They asked whether a frightened human hand could keep order at the edge of the unknown. When Vasilisa was alone, she fed the doll. The doll helped. By morning the tasks were done. Baba Yaga saw this and narrowed her gaze. The old witch knew hidden aid when it passed through a room. Vasilisa might have asked many questions. She might have asked about the riders. She might have asked about the skulls, the hut, the powers that served Baba Yaga. But the doll's wisdom, and something in Vasilisa's own heart, held her back from asking too much. The tale keeps one of its deepest teachings there. Some knowledge saves. Some knowledge binds the questioner to the answer. When Baba Yaga permitted questions, Vasilisa asked only what she could bear. She learned that day, sun and night had their riders. She did not ask about the hands that moved unseen around the witch's house. Baba Yaga approved the restraint. There are doors even courage should pass quietly. At last, because Vasilisa had come for fire and survived the tasks, Baba Yaga gave her a skull with burning eyes. The girl carried it home through the forest. The skull light did not flicker like common flame. It saw. It looked into corners. It knew the hidden shape of malice. In the house where Vasilisa had suffered, its gaze fell on cruelty, and by morning the old harm could no longer remain. The tale lets the house grow empty and still, as if the fire had burned away only what could not stand before truth. Vasilisa kept living. Her path would lead beyond that dark house. Yet the forbidden knowledge of the forest stayed with her, when to work, when to trust a small inherited blessing, and when not to ask the old powers for names they have not offered. The birches stood silent. Baba Yaga's hut turned somewhere far behind the trees. A skull's last coal dimmed to a watchful red. Let Vasilisa's small doll keep silence near you, wiser than any bright answer. Beyond the birch trunks, the night opens to a cold sea, where one secret word can call a kingdom from the waves. The forest thins, and the Baltic Sea comes into the night with a cold, patient breathing. Along the Lithuanian shore, where dunes pale under the moon and the water carries the smell of salt and weed, the tale of Eglė was told. Her name means spruce. Before she became a tree in memory, she was a young woman who went bathing with her sisters in the sea. When Eglė came back to the shore, a serpent lay in her clothes. This was Zilvina's, no common creature, but a serpent king from beneath the waves. He would not leave unless she promised to become his wife. Fear and bewilderment pressed around her. Her sisters called. The evening darkened. At last, to be free in that moment, Eglė promised. Promises made at the edge of the sea do not dissolve easily. Later, messengers came from Zilvina's. Her family tried to deceive them. They gave a goose, then another creature, hoping the sea would be fooled. But the truth was found each time. The old powers underwater are patient, and the sea has many ears. Eglė was taken to Silvina's realm. Beneath the Baltic waves, the tale places a palace not of terror but of wonder, halls shining like amber, corridors dim as green-black depths, soft lights moving where no candle burns. Silvina's appeared in human form there, and Eglė lived with him. Years passed. Children were born to them, and their names held the forest inside them: oak, ash, birch, and aspen. Yet homesickness is a tide of its own. Eglė longed to see the shore, her parents, the fields of her first life. Silvina's loved her and feared the old world's claim on her. At last he allowed the visit, but taught her the secret call by which he could be summoned from the sea. The words belonged to trust. They were not for hostile mouths. The call named him and asked the water to answer with pale foam if he lived, dark foam if harm had found him. Eglė returned to land with her children. Her family welcomed her, but beneath the welcome lay a wish to keep her from the sea. The brothers saw that some secret bound her to Silvina's. They asked the children. They pressed. The sons held silence like young trees in wind. The youngest, Aspen, trembled. Fear entered her, and the secret came out. The forbidden knowledge passed into wrong hands. At the shore, the brothers used the call. The sea gave up Silvina's to them, and the old tale let sorrow fall there like heavy rain. It need not be lingered over. What matters in the quiet hour is the broken trust, the sacred word forced open, the way a name can be a shelter until it is dragged into anger. When Eglė came back to the sea and spoke the call herself, the water answered with shadowed foam. She understood. The palace beneath the waves was closed to her. The husband of the deep would not rise. Her children stood beside her, the shore around them empty and wide. In grief, Eglė turned them into trees. The sons became oak, ash, and birch, rooted and strong in Lithuanian earth. The daughter became aspen, whose leaves tremble still. Eglė herself became the spruce, dark and enduring, keeping her sorrow green through winter. The tale is not only about a secret name. It is about the danger of taking knowledge without the love that made it safe. A word can call a beloved. The same word can betray him. What mortals risk for forbidden knowledge is sometimes not their own life, but the trust that made a life whole. Along the Baltic at night, waves still fold and unfold. Foam gathers under the moon. In the forests inland, aspen leaves shiver at the slightest wind. Let the sea keep its softer secrets from you, breathing silver against the shore. When the sea has hushed, a spider begins to climb the sky road, searching for stories that once belonged only to heaven. The sky lowers after the Baltic shore, and the night moves to the forests of the Akan people, where silk cotton trees rise high and the moon catches on broad leaves. There, in the old stories of Asante and neighboring lands, Kwaku Anansi walked with a spider's body, a man's wit, and a hunger no cooking pot could satisfy. He wanted stories. In that age, stories did not yet belong to the firesides of human villages. They belonged to Nile, the sky god. They were held above the earth, kept where clouds drifted and thunder slept. People had work, birth, hunger, rain, quarrel, love, and death, but the deep stories that give shape to such things remained in heaven's keeping. Anansi looked upward and thought this was wrong, or perhaps merely incomplete. The world below needed stories. A child needed them near the mat at night. Elders needed them to fold memory into speech. Hunters, mothers, mourners, and chiefs all needed a way to speak of what life does to the heart. So Anansi climbed toward Nile and asked to buy the stories. Nile named a price meant to end the matter gently. He asked for beings no small trickster should be able to bring: the stinging swarm, the great python, the leopard of the forest, and the elusive spirit child of the wild places. It was not a price in cowries or cloth. It was a price in danger, patience, and nerve. Anansi did not turn back. He came down from the sky with the impossible tasks folded into his mind. The forest was wet with night. Leaves shone. Insects sang without concern for gods or bargains. For the hornets, Anansi took a calabash of water. He sprinkled the nest and sprinkled himself, then cried that rain had come. He offered the dry shelter of the calabash. The hornets, fooled by his urgency, entered. He sealed them in and carried them away, humming softly as though he had done nothing remarkable. For the python, he came with a branch and a vine, muttering that his wife had argued the snake was shorter than the branch. The python stretched himself beside it to prove his length. Anansi suggested binding him in place to settle the measure. Vine by vine, the great body was tied, and the python found the argument had become a net. For the leopard, Anansi dug a hidden pit and waited. When the spotted one fell in, Anansi offered help with a web of rope, and the rescue became capture. For the spirit child, he carved a sticky little figure and placed it beneath a tree with tempting food. The child struck it, then struck again, and became held by the very anger meant to free her. Each danger was answered not by strength, but by knowing how desire moves. Shelter, pride, relief, anger, Anansi watched the openings of the heart and stepped through them. At last he returned to Nile with the price paid. The sky god saw that the spider had done what larger beings could not. Nile gave him the stories. From then on, they were called Anansi stories, and they came down into the villages, into evening courtyards, into the mouths of grandmothers and the laughter of children. This knowledge had been forbidden not because it was evil, but because it was high. It belonged to the sky until someone small dared to believe the earth was ready. Anansi risked sting, coil, claw, and enchantment to bring down what no cooking pot could hold. He bought the right for mortals to remember themselves in speech. Now, when night gathers in the forest and the first voice begins, the old bargain trembles in every tale. Somewhere above the dark leaves, Niam's sky remains broad and listening. Somewhere below, Anansi smiles with all the patience of a web. Let one small story rest by you, light as a spider thread in moonlit grass. Stories lower themselves like mist, and in the Maize Mountains another people wake with eyes wide enough to trouble the gods. Toward the hour before dawn, the night rises into the highlands of the Quiche Maya, where mountains stand in layered darkness and the breath of cloud rests in valleys. The old book remembers a time before human sight had its present boundary. The gods had tried to shape beings who could speak rightly, remember them, and keep the days. Earlier attempts had failed or faded. Then the sacred food was found. At Paxil and Kiala, in the cleft places of abundance, maize waited. Fox, coyote, parrot, and crow knew the way. The yellow and white ears were brought forth. Exmucane, the ancient grandmother, ground the maize fine. Water was mixed with it. From that soft substance, from food and mountain secret, the first true people were shaped. Their names were Balamquits, Balamakab, Mahukuta, and Iquibalam. They woke in the fresh-made world, not as stumbling shadows, but as beings of clear thought. They could speak. They could give thanks. They looked around at the mountains, forests, waters, and sky, and their hearts understood. But their sight went too far. They saw the whole face of the earth. Distance did not hide from them. The sea, the valleys, the far ridges, the hidden hollows, the four corners under heaven all lay open. They saw what was near and what was beyond nearness. They saw through the kind veil that usually lets mortals live one step at a time. At first, their clarity seemed like success. They praised the makers. They named what they had received. Their words rose in gratitude through the cold, bright air. Yet the gods listened and grew uneasy. These Maize people were too complete. Their knowledge stood too close to divine knowledge. If they saw everything, what room remained between mortal and maker? If nothing was hidden, how could longing, worship, and discovery live? The heart of sky conferred with the other powers. No anger needed to thunder. The old tale carries something subtler. The gods were not destroying their children, only narrowing them into a human shape. A being who sees all directions at once may not be able to dwell tenderly in a single home. A mortal life needs nearness. It needs morning work, a face by the fire, a field to tend, a horizon that keeps its distance. So the gods breathed mist over the eyes of the first people. The change was quiet. Their sight clouded like a mirror touched by breath. The whole world withdrew. Mountains remained, but not every mountain. Seas remained, but not every shore. The hidden places became hidden again. The first people could still see enough to live, love, plant, walk, and praise. They could no longer look as gods looked. Something was lost, and something was spared. The lamplight and his companions did not cease to be wise. They carried memory of the first brightness like a dream fading after waking. They received wives. They became ancestors. Their descendants would read days, watch stars, plant maize, and lift smoke to the powers. Human knowledge would grow slowly, season by season, under the mercy of limits. Here the forbidden knowledge was not stolen by a hand, nor tasted by accident, nor bargained from heaven. It was given at the first awakening and then softened. Mortals risked becoming too wide for the life made for them. The gods answered by making the world a little less visible, and perhaps more bearable. In the highlands, dawn still comes by degrees. Mist gathers on maize leaves. A mountain appears, then another. The farthest ridges wait until the sun decides to show them. Let the merciful mist rest over you, leaving only the near stars to see. The mist becomes pale paper, and far to the east a scribe bends over signs that make heaven uneasy. Late in the night, when the sky is no longer black but not yet pale, the story travels to ancient China. The yellow river bends through darkness, carrying silt, moon, and the long memory of fields. In the court of the Yellow Emperor, there was a scribe named Cangjie. Some tellers gave him for eyes, so that he could see both the surface and the pattern beneath. Whether two-eyed or four-eyed, he watched the world with uncommon patience. Before writing, memory lived in knots, marks, songs, and the keeping of elders. A thing spoken could vanish if no one carried it well. A promise needed witnesses. A harvest needed counting. A name needed a mouth. The world was full of signs, but humans had not yet learned how to bind them into script. Cangjie walked beside rivers and fields. He studied bird tracks pressed into mud. He studied the marks of animal feet, the cracks in shells, the shapes of stars, the branching of trees, the ridges on a turtle's back. Nothing seemed random to him. A crane left one kind of trace. A deer another. Rain wrote briefly on dust. The river wrote and erased itself. He began to make marks that answered the world's own marks. A sign for sun. A sign for moon. A sign for mountain, field, horse, child, rain. Each one was not the thing itself, yet it held enough of the thing to call it back into thought. The first characters were like little doors cut in silence. The turn came not as battle, but as recognition. When Cangjie completed the signs, heaven felt the change. Grain fell from the sky like strange rain. Spirits cried in the dark. The old accounts do not need to be made loud. The meaning is quiet enough. Once writing entered human hands, secrets could travel farther than voices. Accounts could outlive the keeper. Laws could harden. Names could be preserved. Hidden things could be recorded and found again. The spirits cried because mortals had gained a power close to theft. With writing, a ruler might command beyond sight. A farmer might mark what was owed. A mourner might keep a dead name from sinking fully into silence. A diviner might fix an omen. A poet might send breath into centuries not yet born. Knowledge no longer had to trust the body alone. Cangjie's brush, or stylus, or cutting hand moved across the first surfaces with care. Perhaps he felt awe. Perhaps he felt fear. To write a thing is to change its sleep. A spoken word dies gently in air. A written word waits. It can be awakened by eyes far from the mouth that shaped it. No god in the tale forbids him outright, yet heaven's response makes the boundary clear. There are powers mortals approach at a cost. Writing does not merely remember the world. It teaches the world how to be remembered. It gives humans a way to store grief, law, praise, debt, prayer, and dream. It also gives them a way to hide behind signs, to bind one another with marks, to keep wounds fresh long after voices would have softened. So grain fell because human order had changed. Spirits wept because concealment had been wounded. Cangjie had listened too well to footprints and stars. He had learned the script already scattered through creation and brought it down into human use. By the yellow river, the night wind moves over reeds and old banks. A bird crosses wet mud and leaves brief characters of its own. In the mind of the scribe, such tracks do not vanish. They become a way for mortals to speak to absence. Let the old signs blur gently for you, like ink returning to rain. After ink and grain, only a cave by the western sea remains, where a mortal voice asks the god of prophecy for too much time. At the last edge of night, the path comes to Cangjie, where the cliffs and caves look toward the dark western sea. The Greeks and Romans told of the Sibyl there, a mortal prophetess touched by Apollo. Her cave breathed from the volcanic earth near Avernus. Salt wind moved over stone. Laurel leaves trembled at the entrance. In the hours before dawn, that place must have seemed neither wholly living nor wholly dead, but suspended between answer and silence. The Sibyl was not like a court singer offering pleasant words. She belonged to the harsh mercy of prophecy. People came to her because the future frightened them, and because not knowing frightened them more. Kings, wanderers, and desperate souls sought the voice that could speak from the god's nearness. Yet prophecy is a dangerous lamp. It lights the road ahead while deepening every shadow beside it. In the old tale, Apollo desired the Sibyl and offered her a wish. She gathered dust, or sand, in her hand. Looking at the countless grains, she asked to live as many years as the grain she held. It was the kind of wish a mortal might make when standing too near a god, vast, glittering, and incomplete. She forgot to ask for lasting youth. The god granted what she had spoken. The years came. They did not come as a meadow widening forever, but as a corridor lengthening past comfort. Her body aged. Her frame grew small. Time, which she had tried to outmeasure, answered grain by grain. The knowledge of days to come remained with her, but the ordinary sweetness of a mortal span thinned around it. She wrote prophecies on leaves. The leaves lay at the mouth of the cave, and when the wind rose, they scattered. Those who came for answers had to gather them carefully, and if they were careless, the order was lost. This too belongs to forbidden knowledge. The future may speak, but it does not promise to arrange itself kindly for human hands. The Sibyl's voice endured. Some said that in extreme old age she became only a voice, kept in a jar or a hanging vessel, longing not for more prophecy, not for more years, but for an end to the wish that had stretched too far. The tale is sorrowful, yet it can be held softly. It is not punishment in thunder. It is the slow discovery that a gift without its missing half can become a room with no door. At Cangjie, the cave remained. The sea breathed below. Travelers came and went. Empires rose in armor and fell into dust. The Sibyl had asked for time enough to know, and time had made her knowledge lonely. Still, her story does not mock the longing. Mortals ask about tomorrow because love makes them afraid. They ask whether the ship will return, whether the child will live, whether the city will stand, whether grief will end. The wish to know the future is often only the wish to be less helpless before it. The old gods understood this, perhaps, and still they kept the price. By the cave mouth, dawn begins without hurry. The first light does not reveal everything. It touches one stone, then another. The leaves lie still for a breath before the wind can disturb them. Somewhere in the hollow of the rock, a voice that has spoken too many tomorrows grows quiet at last. Let the future loosen its hand from you, and let sleep be enough until morning. And so the lamp lowers, while the old gods return to their patient dark. Thank you for spending this hour with Where Old Gods Sleep. If this brought you a moment of peace, consider subscribing. Rest well and sleep deeply.